The Thika Sewerage Treatment Plant near Kiganjo Estate is a wonderful habitat to birdlife and a big potential for birdwatching tourism in the region. With over 40 bird species, the Thika Wastewater Treatment Plant is habitat to so many waterbird species, with the yellow-billed ducks, the Little Grebe, the laughing dove, black-crowned Night-Heron and the Cattle Egrets among the most common birds. Thika Water and Sewerage Company Thiwasco Managing Director Engineer Moses Kinya says that the area has been identified as one of the major bird habitation in the country. While speaking to the press during the company's annual tree planting event, Engineer Kinya said that over 6,000 bird species visited the plant every year. He acknowledged that improving on the tree cover would attract more birds and make the site a tourist attraction for birdwatchers. Thiwasco Board Chairman Engineer Joseph Kamani said that the company had set a target of planting 5,000 tree seedlings every year. To achieve this goal, they had partnered with various companies, organizations and institutions within Thika. He added that they have already distributed 8,000 trees this year.
Where we are now is at the Kangoki Sewerage Treatment Plant. This area that we are in is 130 acres of land, where we do our wastewater treatment that we collect from the homes, the industries and all those areas, and we treat it before we discharge it back to the river as per the environmental requirement. Today the purpose of coming here is to ensure that we support the initiative by our President, His Excellency William Ruto, to plant 15 billion trees in the next 10 years. For us, we will do tree planting even along the fences. And this area actually has been identified as one of the major bird habitation. The studies have shown that about 6,000 different species of birds visit this area every year. And with the tree planting, we shall make very good habitation for the birds, and tourists and others can come, and researchers for bird watching in this place. That's why we want to even increase the cover. We have planted various variety of trees, the palm, the casuarina. We have planted moderedu. Actually what we are planting is mainly the indigenous trees, so that they are adaptable to this climate.
We set up an annual tree planting exercise since 2019 in order to combat the issues of climatic change that is happening all over. So we've been coming here once a year to launch as an exercise of tree planting. We've been targeting to do 5,000 trees every year since 2019. We are doing pretty well. We are working with stakeholders like the primary schools and secondary schools around Thika. We are also working with KDF, the 12th Engineering Battalion. We are working with the industries, banks, and we are achieving that 5,000 and over. This year alone, we have already distributed trees, over 8,000 trees to schools, to KDF, to other areas, and also today here we are planting 1,500 trees so that this exercise can go on. It's an exercise that will go on throughout this period of the rainy season, and we encourage everybody within our catchment to continue planting some trees during this rainy season.
On this day, the company in partnership with other organizations planted 1,000 trees at the Thika Wastewater Treatment Plant. Lieutenant Lisa Gerchamby, an environmental officer at the 12th Engineering Barracks in Thika, said that the Kenya Defence Forces KDF had a target of planting 1 million trees this year. She added that they had an initiative of having a tree nursery at the Thika garrison which has over 100,000 seedlings. Mr. Boniface Marege said that Mount Kenya University was planning to plant 20,000 trees this year across all their campuses, with 10,000 among them being planted within Thika.
I'm Lieutenant Gashambi from 12 Engineers, the environmental officer. So the KDF has a target of planting for 50 million trees, which is 3% of the Commander-in-Chief's target, which is 15 billion in the next 10 years. So for this year, we have a target of planting 1 million trees, and so far we have planted around 150,000 trees. For the Thika garrison, we have partnered with Thiwasco so as to further our initiative of greening Thika town and also the garrison. So we have an initiative of having a tree nursery in the Thika barracks, which has over 100,000 tree seedlings, so that we can partner with other stakeholders within Thika town to green our spaces and also meet the target of for 50 million trees in the next 10 years.
And on behalf of Mount Kenya University, I'm saying we are going to have a partnership with Thiwasco to ensure that our environment is good enough, and this is going to involve our students, our staff, and being the beneficiary of Thiwasco, we intend to ensure that we do it practically by planting trees. We have an intention of planting 20,000 trees this year in all our campuses spread out in Kenya, and we will start with Thika planting 10,000 trees. We have a botanical garden which is near 12th Engineer Battalion, and the acreage is 100 acres. The botanical garden will also be an extension of what we are doing here to plant these trees. And we are also going to partner with our students. They are going to be beneficiaries, especially our hospitality students, who will be coming here as one of their sites of training. We are also going to have our researchers who can come and add value to the treatment here in terms of doing their research and trying to give us modern ways on how we can enhance our environment.